Welcome to the Arun Kavishwar Talk Show! With our special guest, Sam Bernstein! Okay, Mr. Sam, I've got a few questions today about mountains and volcanoes. Okay, so I've always been wondering, how do volcanoes form in the first place? Like, how?
Well, you see,
He has a post.
they form when there is a hot spot under a mountain.
So that's how a volcano forms, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, wow, this is a nice post. So mountains must have an active hotspot under it to be an active volcano.
Yes.
And the Appalachian Mountains don't have a hotspot under it. Therefore, the Appalachian Mountains are not volcanoes. That makes sense.
Yes. Yes. Yes,
All right,
it does.
so I see you have here the Central Appalachian Mountains in Pennsylvania are folder mountains made up of parallel ridges and valleys.
Yes.
How exactly are these made?
Well, you see, they are made when the collision of two plates can cause compression and or folding of crust over a wide area.
That's pretty. Do you have any like scientific things?
Well, you see, I do have a science experiment.
He can prepare. Okay, so
These are the convergent boundaries. So it happens when the two convergent boundaries collide and they form the folding.
oh, that makes sense.
And make
So
the
it's
mountain.
like, so these two convergent boundaries collide.
Convergent boundaries collide.
They collide. They come
up.
and they form.
And they go up.
That makes sense. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. These are
Okay.
cool. Can I keep these?
Sure.
Thanks. All right. So I see you got your sources. So you apparently did some research.
Yes, I did.
You came prepared.
Yes.
Okay. So you've got a few websites and a science book. Not
Yes.
bad. Not bad. All right.
And the science book was provided by our very own teacher, Miss Jekyll.
Okay. So, just one more question.
Yes.
I've heard about Alfred Wegener,
Mm-hmm.
and he has a theory that's called continental drift.
Okay.
I'm just wondering, how does this all relate to that? Just wondering.
Well, you see,
Hmm.
we've got a video here. Video presentation.
This is amazing.
I know. I worked very hard on this.
Is that Lord of the Rings music? Awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's very contrasting with the sound.
Definitely. Whoa, amazing picture.
Yes, it is a great picture. Slide
Sound
whistle.
effect. Wow, that was great.
Yes, it
That was
was.
really nice.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for being on the show today.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Today we have a special guest, Elizabeth Knapp, earthquake specialist.
Hello, Ruben.
Hi. You're an earthquake specialist, right?
Yes, I am.
So I'm just wondering, since we live in Massachusetts,
Mm-hmm.
is Massachusetts like an earthquake-prone state, or?
No, so see, Massachusetts isn't. It's not a major risk. The biggest earthquake we've ever had was in, way back then, and so in Newport it was like
Do you have any reports, or?
Yes, I do.
That's crazy. Both of them came here today.
Yes, I know. Okay, so report.
Report.
Yes, on the
Newport earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty amazing.
Yes,
Really
it
small
is.
font
Yes,
though.
yes. Yes, it is.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, just are there any rules like regarding earthquake building construction in Massachusetts?
Yes, there is. There's a thing called the seismic code, which is basically it states that any commercial building that an architect or anyone builds has to have in a specific area. If you're in California, that's the major earthquake.
Yes.
And so you need to have it stated to the seismic code. It needs to be that way. It needs to be built.
What's the least amount of the seismic code? Like, I know there's a thing called the Richter scale.
Yes, there is.
Which earthquakes, like a 6.0 earthquake is like more than half. A 10.0 is the highest.
Exactly.
So, what's the minimum amount that an earthquake has to be able, that a building has to be able to survive with the seismic code?
1.5.
1.5. Right, so that's the minimum.
Yes.
Okay, that's great.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it
Now,
is.
do you have all this like compiled onto one thing, one device?
Yes, I do. Here. Alrighty, so here is a website called Renova.
Awesome.
Okay, and so this map here is showing the damage in Newbury. A quake that happened in 1755, long time ago.
Well, you've got a lot of pictures.
Yes, seismic code, anything. So this is a picture of the shake pad that used to test buildings in strength.
All right. This is.
Okay,
Oh, you
so
made this pretty.
I know.
Able to stand out.
Yep. And so this picture right here is, remember, in Bellingham there was a major, well, not major, but an earthquake that happened.
All right.
And right here, it's a little like
experiment.
yeah. So imagine if you're standing on a rug. If I were to pull the rug out from under you really fast, you would slip and fall, right?
Yep.
But if I pulled the rug slowly, you would be able to keep standing, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
And buildings do work the same way.
That's really. Oh wow, you've got even a. I was just about to ask you about the plate tectonics.
Oh yeah.
So it's like
this is the plate tectonics.
plate tectonics.
And earthquakes, as you can see, they do relate back to Alfred's theory.
So earthquakes are created when transform boundaries slide past each other,
Right.
causing the ground to rumble and shake.
Exactly.
This relates to Wegener's theory of plate tectonics because transform boundaries are part of lithospheric plates, and the lithospheric plates are pretty much the whole idea
Exactly.
of continental different plate.
Mhm.
Awesome.
So in this picture, you can also see that we're right here
Right
about.
here.
Yeah, exactly.
So
And as you can see, it's purple, and so we're definitely minor.
we're minor.
Yeah,
Okay, that's great.
it is.
So, oh, you've even got your sources.
yes, I do.
Federal Emergency Management Agency, USGS,
Yes, yes. and
Mr.
MS.
Buffalo.et. Okay.
Yes.
Our brains. So, Elizabeth, I think your research is really good.
Thank you.
I'm just wondering, has the Massachusetts Building Code Commission heard about this?
I'll just bring out a letter that I wrote.
You wrote a letter to them. All right.
Yes, I did.
Dear Massachusetts Building Code Commission, we think you have done a remarkable job protecting the humble citizens of Massachusetts with your force-resisting buildings. Your codes have kept houses from falling and buildings from crashing down. We have done research into the seismic code and think it best if it remains intact instead of adding another or more features. The code that states that all commercial buildings must be able to survive an earthquake of 1.5 or more on the Richter scale is exemplary. Our research shows that Massachusetts is not at an earthquake-prone state. Although we do get several earthquakes a year, most of them don't break 1 on the Richter scale. The largest earthquake we ever had was in 1755 in Newport, Massachusetts. That earthquake was just a 6.01, and it was over 250 years ago. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
The chances that we are ever going to experience one like that, or even worse, are very unlikely. Your protective codes have given people the safety that they deserve. Best regards, Sam Elizabeth EASY. That's great. Okay, so thanks for being on the show.
Well, thank you very much for having me.